Friends, it is Bev, and we are live talking tonight about the brand new O1 Omni. Xtool is going to go live at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. And I've been testing the Omni, the O1, for a few months now, and I wanted to go live a little bit and share with you. We are finally approved to go live and to share. We were not allowed to before, actually. Right now. So I wanted to just let you guys know a few things. I know a lot of you guys have asked me questions, and if you are here, feel free to jump in and tell me what questions you have, what I can help you with. Whoops, I don't want to show that. I want to see the chat though. And so whatever questions you have about it so that I can help you. I have the dual UV model. So I have the UV that has the and you know what, guys? This is also practice for me because I'm live tomorrow night on YouTube, and I really kind of wanted to walk through it tonight. So thank you for bearing with me and hanging out with me. So all that being said, and I think tomorrow I'm going to need to change my camera angles, but this was a quick setup. The dual UV has the white, the varnish, the CMYK, and I'm going to try to I should not do that. Try to get my camera. Let me just move my phone. Sorry, guys. Let's see here. Right there. And I don't want the reverberation, but so then I have the fluorescent yellow, the fluorescent red, the flexible white, the rigid white, and then the CMYK. Can you guys see that? Let me see here. Right there. There you go. And so I have the dual UV, and that is what I was testing. Now, the UV DT, hello, Eric. How are you? Thank you for joining me. The UV DT is on its way. It was actually supposed to be here today, and I was hoping I would have time to get it set up. But UPS has no tracking for 3 days. So it is somewhere over the ocean. But that's okay. So we're going to still go through and look at everything that I have in the UV. I have been testing it pretty nonstop. I think we're at like 70 something hours, and it has been a little workhorse. It has been fun to use and fun to get to know. So I'm going to watch the comments, but I'm also going to come over here and I'm going to switch to my Xtool screen, and I'm going to show you guys first. What I'm going to do is show you this right here. So if you're familiar with Xtool Studio, this is what the computer screen will look like whenever you're in the Omni software. Now, there may be another update or two prior to the machine shipping and everyone getting them. But right now, this is what it looks like. This was added in the last update, and I actually love it. You can see how many times, so the standby hours are just how many times it's on and active, but not actually working. Working time is 83 hours, operating time 714. So I was trying to go back and figure out when we got these, when our printers came. And I think that it was sometime in mid-April. Eric is watching, maybe he can chime in. So since then, it's April-ish, early May, this is how many times I have operated the O1 Omni, and it has been fantastic. And so down here, this will tell me that I need to replace my ink pad and my ink scraper, which I do need to do that. And then it'll tell you that your heads, what the printing head temperature is. And it will also tell you or allow you to put it into sleep mode. So if you're going on vacation or you want to do something like that, you can put your print head into sleep mode, and it'll fill with moisturizing liquid and help it stay ready to print and not clog. And this will just give you your status of all of the different things. I got to figure out how to change that to Fahrenheit because I have no idea. I do have my humidifier running back here. I have a small one in here, whoops, that I've been running, but I have a larger one by my apparel printer. And so I probably will end up rearranging them whenever it's time. And then it just comes down and it'll remind you to do the different things. So now I am going to go ahead and clean I was printing before this and I was printing quite a few things. So I'm going to just show you the maintenance is super, super easy. So let me come back over here and so I can see. And so, hello, Whitney from Hawaii, mid-April. Thank you, Eric. I was going through emails and I was like, when exactly did that happen? So microfiber cloth, mine is really, really ugly, but you have the plexiglass here that it covers the scanners. The Omni O1 or O1 Omni does not have a camera. It has a scanning, and it is superior to a camera system because it shows you your entire bed in the entirety without any fisheyes or any distortion. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of give this little rinse right here, and then you just wipe it off. Now, there is times that you want to use alcohol around different things, but for the most part, just water and a microfiber cloth because you want your scanners nice and clean before you print. And so that will give you the best bed scanning that you can get. And so I'm just going to make sure that that's done. And whenever that is done, I'm going to hit over here on my screen. I'm going to tell it to go back home and it'll just go right back to where it belongs. So now I have now that I have all of that up, whoops, here we go. We are going to now, I'm going to scan something. Whoops, I couldn't even bring anything out here to scan. Hold on. I do have these. So we'll do another one of the 3D magnets. And then while that's printing, I'll show you some of the other things that we've made since then. And so here we go. So this, I should have got my little pick out. Sorry, guys. I really just wanted to practice today because I'm really nervous about tomorrow. So bear with me. I needed to practice my setup. This is a weird angle to be at. So, but if you do have questions, I know that some people in my group are going to watch and ask questions, but I'm not sure. I'm on Restream, which allows me to do the multi-cameras. But I'm not sure if Restream, if I'm seeing the group comments or not. So if you're in my groups and you're commenting, you might want to head over to my Facebook page to comment there, and I might be able to see it better. So I'm going to put this down. This is just a little acrylic block, and it has a magnet that goes on the back. And this is how I did the 3D print yesterday, which was right here. So I did this little 3D looking print. And so let's do another something. We'll figure out something to do. And hello, Miss Sandy. How are you, friend? I get to see you next week. You guys, I'm so excited. I get to see Sandy like once a year, twice a year, sometimes if I'm lucky. Okay, I'm going to go back over here. Whoops, before I do that though, you know what I'm going to do is, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not, but I'm going to just download like a butterfly image because I think that would be really pretty on what we're going to do. So let me just pick one. And let's see here. I'm going to try to find one that is free to use. And there we go. And I'm going to save image as a JPEG. There we go. Okay, I'm not sure if you guys saw that or not, but I just wanted to grab hello, Kelly Crane. How are you? I just wanted to grab an image to use in our project. So now that I have everything connected and we're all good, I am going to come over here to the generator and I am going to do the 3D glasses free. And this was so much fun yesterday when I did this, but I was having fun. So we're going to do it again. So this is how we upload the main image and subject here. So I'm going to go back for just a second. Wait, did I do this yesterday? I think I did it this way too. Hold on. And then we're going to go to downloads and I'm going to take our butterfly. Whoops, that is Shutterstock. I did typed in free, but we're just going to pretend, okay? Don't use things that don't belong to us. And so now I'm going to remove the background. This is what I did yesterday. There we go. And we're going to give it a few seconds. Next, I need to master lenticular prints though. All right, so it did not remove all of it, but that's okay. I like how it looks. We're just going to go with it, okay? And then I'm going to kind of enlarge it however I want. I want that to come to the bottom, I think. And make it a little bigger. All right, so that's where I'm at. I think that's good. And then I'm going to come to my image 2 pattern over here. So I can choose how I want my grids to be, square. I can choose whether I want them to be diamond or if I want them to be hexagonal, which is what I did yesterday. So I'm going to do the same thing. And then I'm going to do my outline width. You can make it smaller, you can make it bigger. I don't remember what it was yesterday. I left it at the default. So now here's the really fun thing. So you can pick the shape. So you can do clouds, you can do, yesterday I did hearts, you could do little flowers. That might be kind of fun since it's a butterfly. Let's do flowers. That's kind of fun. And then we can pick a color. So the background color, I think we're going to leave blue since it's the sky. And then my shape color I can pick and whoops, let's see here. Do I like that? Do I like that? I think I like that. That'll be kind of pretty. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So now I'm going to export it and open it in Studio, and I have my project ready to go. And it's going to load right there on my screen. So I'm going to just move this down here for a second, and I'm also going to ungroup it. There we go. Whoops. Oh, I did it twice. So this one I'm going to delete. I didn't mean to do that twice. So now I'm going to scan my bed. So it is going to scan and bring up my image of acrylic. And now my sheet on my bed is super, super dirty. So just kind of forgive it whenever it scans and does. Hopefully we get new sticky bats soon. So I'm hoping, but anyway, I guess we'll see. You guys, it's like 7:30 and it's really dead. I'm kind of sad over here, but it's okay. So let's see what is going on. Whoops, I guess we can't see if I'm not. Oh yeah, here we go. And I'm trying to learn how to use Restream. This is what we use on YouTube, but I'm trying to learn how to use it like when it's just me and not supported. Anyway, let's see. Is it going to pop up or do I have to? Yep, there we go. So now it has my little acrylic and then all of this is like just overspray or where I messed up. So ignore that, please. So now I'm going to tell it to smart mask and I'm going to run my extraction and it should just pick up my little acrylic. Now it may not because sometimes it'll pick up that. So it did, and it didn't pick up what I wanted. So I'm going to re-extract. And let's see, that is not going to work. So I'm going to come back and manually do it. And I'm going to remove all of this. I'm going to make my brush size really big. So I'm going to remove all of that because we don't need any of that. Now, theoretically, I don't even have to mask all of this, but it does make life much easier to do the smart mask. I'm just going to go around it. It's easier to erase than make the edges perfect right now. So there's that. And then now I'm going to remove. Normally, if my, whoops, Control Z, if my bed was clean, my print bed was clean, then I would not have to do all of this. It would automatically do it for me and it would not be an issue at all. So let's just go down and come back up. This reminds me of the old Photoshop days of trying to do this. And I don't know where my, oh, there's my mouse. That would make life much easier. Hold on. I was trying to do it with my touchpad. There's my mouse. And retain. Oh, you guys, you know what? I'm just going to cancel this. We're just going to line it up. Okay. That's what we're going to do. So this side gets printed first. And so this is our side and it prints color and then white. And I'm going to go ahead and put that across my whole image. And then I am going to also tell this that we're going to ignore this right now. We're going to just say no output and go back to this one printing. And we should be Yeah, those two are ignored. So we are good to go. And I'm just going to do this on fast quality for while we're doing this. And I'm going to go ahead and process. And it's going to tell me 3 minutes, 33 seconds. And I'm going to tell it to print. And guys, do you see all these little yellow flowers? So it's really kind of fun because it's hard to see in person, but that's the same way this is, where there's like a ton of like little bitty hearts, but then when you angle it the right way, it's big hearts. So it's like, I don't even know, like a oh, we're not heated. How am I not heated? Anyway, we're just going to roll with it. So this is my practice. So Smart Mask is amazing with a clean bed. Yes, I know, Eric. I'm like, and at this point, we'll just let it be a little bit dirtier. Hopefully by tomorrow I have some clean masks coming or clean beds coming. I don't know. But I'm almost to the point of buying a Cricut mat and just cutting it up for tomorrow. I'm not really sure. But the Smart Mask is amazing because whenever, and also the transparent, when the transparent is down and it's like, there's other stuff on there, it really interferes. But like if you put like this magnet, like if I put this down and it's solid, it would show up very easily. So anyway, hello guys. So what questions do you have while we wait for it to start printing? Does anyone have questions? Because my whole goal tonight was not to give you guys codes, to sell anything to you. My goal tonight was just for you guys, like I know a lot of you have used my affiliate link whenever you put down your deposit or you came to one of our open houses before. And honestly, I just wanted to like help answer questions if you had questions. And that was my goal, and to kind of practice before I go live tomorrow night, because this is a new one. Used to going live. Okay, so I will show you a couple of things while we wait for that to start printing. I am waiting on the UV DT, and this came early though. So the DT tray has arrived, which is going to be the direct to garment printing tray. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I can't wait to get the actual printer with the DT or DTG and do that. I also cannot wait to get the laminator so that we can make some gold foil on our stickers. So one thing though, so this morning, well, I started the project last night. I finished it this morning, but I did this really cool hat. Okay, so once the the lamps heat up, it'll automatically start printing. And I guess they had cooled down enough by the time I went home and took a shower or whatever. So now it's going to print. And you can also tell if you have an apparel printer, it does the same sort of little green line to show you how far you are along in the process. Really kind of cool. So anyway, so I have this hat that I started last night and I finished it this morning. And it was a really kind of a neat process because I don't know if you can tell, it's almost 3D and it's very shiny. And we actually printed on these hot melt adhesive film. I know that Eric who's watching, he tried some too, and it was really kind of fun. So we printed on these with multiple layers of flexible ink, color, flexible white color, and then shiny varnish and glossy varnish, and then heat press. You kind of peel and heat press. I will say that I made a few mistakes, learning curve, but I absolutely love how it turned out and kind of the options with it. Thank you, Eric. It was kind of fun. It was like, definitely have to cut really close with your scissors. I had some bubbling. I had a little bit of cracking because I don't think my hat was supported enough when I was pressing down on the transfers, but definitely something I want to try again in the future. One of the other things that I really loved that Xtool, if you do any kind of projects in Xtool Studio anyway, there are tons of generators, tons of things to help you go. And so, yeah, Eric, I want you to retry because it's really fun. You know what I was thinking would be really cute, and I wish that my kids were a little younger, was doing it on their Converses, like on their little tennis shoes and like decorating their little tennis shoes. I think that it would be such a fun project. But one of my favorite parts are all the generators that Xtool has come out with this, with the O1. So this is a picture. Oh, it's a phone case, but the original picture was, oh, I guess I can hold the camera here too. The original picture, my son lives in South Lake Tahoe, my youngest son, and he puts photos in family chat whenever he, finds something. And so this is a picture of a waterfall that he took. So then I used the stained glass generator and I changed this to this. Someone else is going to come here. And so Levi, hello, Levi. Levi, you do make really cool hats. And so then you can make really cooler hats too, if you decide. So, all right. So this is now printed. And so it is going to be right here. And so it printed color and then white. So that way the color will show through. And so now I'm going to print our front image. So I'm going to go ahead and lay it back down. And then I am going to move back over here to our software. Levi, you're so funny. I'm glad to see you tonight. Let's see here. And so now I'm going to say finished. And now this one is going to say no output. Whoops. And I'm going to move it off of the screen. And then now I placed my acrylic down pretty close, but I'm going to go ahead and scan it since I want this to be exact. I'm going to go ahead and scan it again, and it might smart mask now that we have, now that there's some color on there. So I'll try again just to see. Anyway, anyone else? I mean, I know that Eric is in Indiana, but we had like a cool front today. Like, I mean, I have on like it's a summer sweater, but like a little summer sweater. I'm going to a patio after this. I told my husband, I'm like, we're eating dinner in a patio because it feels like spring outside. It's so, so nice. But Kelly, are you still watching, Kelly? I don't know if you're still watching or not. You might be bored. But if you are still watching, did it cool down out west? And Levi, you're way down in Houston, right? And then I don't know. Miss Sandy is probably still hot in Alabama. I'm sorry. But next week, it's supposed to still be 90s. So we have a retreat next week. And so I get to see Sandy in person. I get to see Kelly in person. So not Levi. I don't get to see Levi in person. I was actually supposed to be in California tonight. So I was supposed to be on a plane today and go to California. So, but now I'm here with you guys and I'm very happy. Eric, heat waves are no fun. We've had a relatively mild summer. So now this is on here. I'm going to try to smart mask again. I don't know because of the other stuff I have on here, but let's just see if it'll do it. And let's see. Oh, okay. So we have that. That's good enough. And so now I'm going to do manual and I'm going to remove, just make my brush super big. And I'm just going to erase all of this. So now good enough to show you guys. And it's going to come down to here too, but that's okay. I'm going to be okay with it. We're just going to say apply. And then now here's the really fun thing. My item will actually just go right onto the mask. And so see, if I stretch it off, it's not going to, whatever I stretch off is not going to print. So I'm going to go ahead and just stretch it to the mask. And then I can also center it. If I were to pull this in just from a file, it would just auto snap into place and center. So now I'm going to come here, I'm going to tell it output, and then I'm going to go back to the varnish and tell it output too. And so I don't know if you guys can see this. So around the edges is the varnish and it creates like a little 3D, almost lenticular pattern. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. And then the center is white in color. And so I'm going to go ahead and I have it on fast again because varnish takes forever, it seems. And so 29 minutes, that seems awfully long, but I don't know. I'm going to just go with it. And if it doesn't finish by the time we're done, I'll show a picture of it. But that doesn't seem right. Hold on. Let me pause it for a second. Let me make sure oh yeah, I did ignore. Okay. Okay. I did something wrong. Hold on. let's see what I did. We're gonna say pause and we're gonna continue there. I think I have 2 of them in here, but hopefully not. Let's see. All right, I think we're good. I don't know what I did there, but it does seem awfully long. I don't remember Arlo taking that long, but maybe because of all the little varnish dots. So next week is going to be bad. Oh my gosh, Sandy, I'm so sorry. Hard to tell with the rain. Levi, the rain is what cooled us off. It's good. The rain is good here. All right, guys, who has questions? If you have questions, please see what else we have printed that's been done. Oh, I did class can wrap today. This one was super fun. I put tulle inside of it so that way you could see the print. And then I did this one. I did was my very first test with the rotary. And so I was really excited about this because I almost nailed it for the first test. But you can do a full wrap, and I did mess up because I didn't stretch it quite enough. But you can do a full wrap. That's where I missed right there. And of course, as soon as I posted this into the Facebook group, someone says, "What was that?" and told me I had a mistake. So anyway, I have a mistake. But this has been, it's so fantastic to be able to do large tumblers like this. I have another printer and I cannot do anything larger than the 20-ounce coffee cups. And so this has been fantastic. I'm going to show you the rotary. Now, if you guys are going to hang out on YouTube for Xtool in the next couple of days, I'll be doing a rotary project live over there too. But so the rotary is really interesting. It does not, cannot use any of the other rotaries from the lasers. The rotary does all the self-adjusting, all of the height measurement, everything like that, and gives you a layout on the computer screen exactly where to put your stuff. If you have a logoed tumbler, like a brand name tumbler, it'll even show where the brand name is on there, so you can arrange your design accordingly, exactly where you would like it to be. And so let me see here. Oh, this is going to be so fun. Let's see, what is it doing? It is printing our butterfly, right? There we go. So sometimes, when you're printing, you think, oh my gosh, that doesn't look right. And then all of a sudden it just looks right. And so that's what I'm looking at now. But yes, I think it looks fine. I'm just worried because I paused it. I'm worried that I messed it up, but I don't think I did. I think we're fine. So not touching buttons anymore today. Anyway, so any questions? You guys have questions for me? What should I do tomorrow whenever I go live? Any suggestions of what I should do? I know I need to change my computer around and rearrange so that I can see that, but I'm not really sure what else I should end up doing when I'm live tomorrow night. Anything, do you have questions about how we maintain anything? Nothing? Then I am probably going to let this print. I'm going to hang out here for a few minutes in case you guys hang out with me. But I'm going to let this print. And then tomorrow night, though, I will be live at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. See a canvas print. So yes, I could do that. And so, what I'm hoping though, Eric, tomorrow is that maybe not this size, because this obviously is huge. This took me 22 minutes. What I'm hoping is if the other printer comes from UPS and I am able to set both of them up side by side, that I would be able to do one thing on one and then one on the other. That would be like my big wish. And so, but yes, I love the canvases. I need to do one that's like a portrait, like a picture photo, because they turn out so good. And they turn out also, what's really funny? When we were talking about fluorescent, and I said I didn't ever do any spot color with fluorescent, but I'm pretty sure that I color dropped fluorescent yellow into the sun and the flower. But that's the only time I remember using the fluorescent ink, but I'm pretty sure that I did. I don't have a black light. So wouldn't that be cool? It would be so much fun. I don't know. I'm very excited about this printer. People ask, I've had messages asking me, my thoughts and things like that. And I have to say that it has been such a privilege to be a beta tester, but it has also been such a learning curve, like not a learning curve, a learning experience. I already have experience UV printing, but this has like exposed me to like so many more behind the scenes things, the engineering things, the things that you don't necessarily think about as a consumer, and help me like think through the processes and things like that. And it's been really cool to get to know the engineers in China and get to talk to them. Because, sometimes I'm up here at midnight with the engineers logged in, or at 5 a.m. and like I'll just run up here in my sweatpants and be like, okay. But it's really been like it's been such a cool thing. And I know because Eric was also a tester, I know that he has probably felt the same way. I love doing challenge coins. Let me see if that can, I don't know, maybe we can do it over here. Yep. Whoops. I'm like looking backwards. Get it in focus. This one has texture on it. It's super cool. That would be a fun thing to print during a live too. This one I did not do texture. I just did it flat. Now, yesterday it was really interesting. My friend Richard was here and he was getting ready. He took my place in California and he was here doing some tests and like going through things and making some samples to take. So he used ChatGPT and he made an X tool challenge coin. And so he printed it in texture, and the fine print, it was tiny, tiny print, did not show up well. And I was like, well, print it on the opposite side in flat so you can show the difference. And when you print it in flat, all of the tiny print showed up. So sometimes knowing which way to go is going to be really important. And so this one has texture on it, it's a little magnet on the back, but I love these little magnets. They are so fun. And trying to think what else we did. We've done tons of things, but I just put a few on the table out here. So this one was also really fun. So doing print and cut, and this is going to be great for all of the laser users. There will be little round bullseye things so that the laser can read them, know where to cut. And so you can make your Christmas ornaments, your door hangers, the inside of door hangers of wreaths, things like that. So tons of fun projects to do with the O1. And so anyway, I hope, oh yeah, our butterfly is printing up nicely. Let me see how much time we have. Hold on. And there we go, 21 minutes. I still feel like I'm hoping it doesn't just start printing again afterwards. I'm gonna have to like watch it, but anyway. But do you have any other questions? Who all here put a deposit down? I think Sandy did, right? And so that'll be really fun. And then Kelly can just come use mine whenever she wants to. But that will be what we do. Levi, did you leave? Did you leave, Levi, because you can't make the hats? Although Levi makes the best leather hat patches. He's really good at it. I know that Levi's buying one. I feel that he's asked. Oh, you guys, it's going to be so pretty. Oh, I love the blue and yellow. I didn't know yesterday that I could change the color of the dots whenever I did Arlo. I should have done him pink and green, although he might not have appreciated that. But anyway, this is good. It's getting my jitters out for tomorrow because I am definitely scared, but I think I'm going to pull my table up and try to work from behind a little bit. So that way I'm not back and facing the camera in two different directions. But hello, Michelle. Okay, I'm going to tell you dual. Okay, if the choice is between the single and the dual, not that there is anything wrong with the single. I just think that if you can buy the dual up front, because you can never upgrade the single. So then that way you'll have your flexible ink if you ever decide to do leather hat patches or you ever decide to do anything like that. And then, oh, Eric, thank you so much. And then, Michelle, I'm not really sure about the fluorescent inks. However, I think that there could be some really fun things with like Halloween bag tags and some neons and some things like that. I think that there's going to be some really fun things that as we all learn the machine more and we were testing so much other things that I haven't really played with the spot channels. And I was kind of waiting for the laminator so I could play with the foil and just learn it all at one time. So I'm going to tell you to do the jewel. So if you can afford the jewel, do the jewel head. And I would also say, I know that earlier when I talked to you, you said that you didn't think you wanted the laminator. I would probably just get the laminator because I think to have it just in case. Maybe not the roll to roll, and also definitely the rotary. So I feel like the rotary is a must have. And I'm trying to figure out. So my friend Kelly, I don't think she's watching anymore. So we used to sublimate Maker Flow pens. I used to epoxy pens, like writing pens all the time. So she brought me ones and they're like a tube, like the thing, it's a flat tube. And I'm trying to figure out if I would be able to somehow put it on here to rotate so I could print pens. And I don't know if I can figure that out, but I'm going to try to figure that out because it would be a super, super cool thing if I could print a pen. Maybe I'll send a picture to Eric and he'll tell me. Oh, or maybe we'll be able to 3D print something to hold the pen and like still rotate it. So Eric, just FYI, that's on your list, okay? Because I know that your list is really short, and I know that Whitney made you a whole list in there. And so you're so welcome, Michelle. I cannot wait because I know the P3 and the print and cut, you're going to have so much fun. It's going to be awesome. And so, I think we're on varnish. I don't know, I can't tell. I try not to look at it because I like my eyes. And so, so super, super short. Yeah. So it's, hold on, I'm going to grab one because they're right over here. So we used to either epoxy and glitter these, or we would actually sublimate the pens, put the sublimation wrap around them, which I thought about trying in my Wonder Press again, but I thought if I could figure out how to put this on the rotary, because they come apart really easily. And I don't even know if you'd have to take them apart technically to do, whoops. I don't know why I can't get this apart. Because they just screw off. There we go. So it just has like this tube that we could print on if I could figure out how to, like, it'd be so cool to do a whole pin wrap with UV if I could figure out how to get it into the holder. And so this is like my little mission right now, because I could sublimate it and put it in the Wonder Press in the oven hard, but I really think it would be so cool to have these UV printed. So I'm not sure. Maybe it can grip onto here. I'm going to try this because this might be my mission at some point, maybe on Sunday, whenever things are quiet around here and I can focus on it. But if you have any ideas, Eric, that would be awesome, because I think it'd be so cool and open up more avenues for people of things for us to do, things for people to do. So, hi, Maria, did you put down your $50 deposit? And so, yay, Eric, I'm so glad to know that Margaret did the same thing. Oh, that's so smart. I have foam circles from when we did epoxy. I'm going to try that. That's so smart. So Maria, if you put down your $50 deposit, then you're going to want to order before the specials expire. I think they give you 2 weeks. If you did not put down your $50 deposit, I don't think that there's anything. I think they said that the intro pricing was going to go for 2 weeks. Eric, if you know different than that, could you let me know or let Maria know? But I think that it is, I think you're totally fine waiting till next week to order unless you put down your $50 deposit. And if so, your email should tell you what the what do you call it? Deadline is. So yes. So Maria, did you get an email? So if you got an email, it should tell you that you have like 2 weeks. I think they said that there's 2 weeks from the date of them opening it up. And all I know is though, it's like, it'll be first come, first served. So like, if you are in the first wave, it might affect your shipping by a week or something like, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything else. So yeah, so there is a time frame. And I think originally they said 2 weeks. So, that you would have to purchase. Oh my gosh, you guys, this butterfly might be my favorite thing yet. It is so pretty. Do you guys see the green line moving up on there? And so showing us how far it's gone. So totally fun. But Maria, what are you going to order? Are you going to get the dual or the single or the UVDT? And I cannot wait though. So do you know why I'm really excited about the DT? It's not for t-shirts. I love making home decor. Like I really love making tea towels, pillow covers. Hey Chase. I'm so glad that was Chase. I had a nightmare last night that someone, whatever, I was live on YouTube. And so anyway, so glad that's my son, not anyone else. But so I love making home decor type stuff. And so I think that the DT version is going to be really awesome to have. And so, yay, Sandy. All right, Sandy. Maria, the duel is going to be wonderful. It is going to be such a great one to have. And so, and then I don't know, I know they gave me kind of a thing of what I'm doing on YouTube, and I think that the Rotary will be Friday night, and tomorrow night's just an intro. And then I think Saturday I'm going to make a little project that's going to be fun. I'm going to see if that was, so I know canvas bags will be so much fun. Oh, I didn't even think about Christmas bags. Eric, like Santa sacks, right? Where you put all the toys in them. Oh my goodness. That's going to be so cool. You can make them for Eli. Oh my gosh. And so, yeah, so many things. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited about this. And so anyway, and I'm very excited. This is I don't want to really think it out of the box until I have the DT printer, but like I have the top tray. So I'll show you the top tray. And it does have the little, this is just almost like an embroidery, but this is how you hold your item down whenever you are DTG. So, and it has the whole slide out tray that'll come onto it. So hopefully tomorrow, it's kind of scary when UPS hasn't updated in 2 days, but hopefully tomorrow that will come in and we will have it set up so we can do a side-by-side comparison. But anyway, I'm going to have to change my setup a little bit for tomorrow to be on YouTube. But tonight was a great practice run. Oh, we are almost done. I'm going to keep hanging out until this is done, even though it's another 11 minutes. So you guys talk to me. Hi, Chase. What are you doing? You want to talk to the people? Okay. Chase doesn't want to be on camera, but it's okay. Chase is my setup guy. So, oh, you know what? I can show you while we're doing this. So I'm going to open up a new screen and I'm going to minimize over here. And I'm going to open up a new screen here. And I will show you some of the fun generators that Xtool has put into the system just in the last few days. So we're doing the 3D glasses now. They have a cake topper one. The lenticular image. I have not mastered the lenticular image, but I am determined to master it. But they have the setup for it to make it easy for us to learn, I guess. But then they also have like a new little to make it look like it's crocheted, crochet art, oil painting art, which maybe that's what I should try whenever I'm printing. What do you think, Eric? Wedding signs, stickers, stained glass, which is what I showed you with the waterfall, layered cutting. And so, I mean, like they just have a ton of stuff that they have added. Hold on. Where's my mouse? Added into here. And so, and they're going to keep adding. And it's very exciting because these things were like not always like easily accessible. If you wanted to do, like I said, I have another UV printer. And so if I wanted to do any of those kind of things, I would have to go find a generator or do it in Photoshop manually or do it in Illustrator manually, and then export it into my RIP software and do it. And the fact that Xtool is putting it inside the software is absolutely amazing to me. Like, I'm very, very excited about that. And so I'm going to go back here so we can see our processing time. Here we go. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. I'm kind of glad that those little flowers stayed. I like them. So there we go. But I think it'll be just the neatest thing with all the other things, because they have given us like different project ideas and like different generators in our beta testing group. And to watch those go from us testing them to coming into the system, it's really been fun. I think Eric thinks it's fun too. We were talking about how much we've enjoyed doing things like this little project, right? Because now I could see this like as a Christmas magnet. You could put a really pretty cardinal and you could do something behind it, or you could do it as with a kid's photo on top, and like for grandparents for the magnets. And so it's like just really cool. Like with the F2 Ultra UV. Yes, exactly. So Eric, I totally agree. And I totally agree too, like with the 3D point, I love doing the inner engravings on the F2 UV, Ultra UV. And so, but I don't want to go somewhere else. I want to stay in my ecosystem. I want to just find it, do it, not have to like struggle with it. And I just feel like it's there and they have it programmed in for us to use. And that's the way. It just makes it so much easier. So I know, I can't wait to see what they come up with. I'm also very excited too, because, like when we give feedback and suggestions, and then to watch the team actually take those feedback and suggestions and do something with it and like add it to the software, it's really, it's like a cool feeling, right? I think maybe Eric agrees. I think he agrees. We're going to pretend Eric agrees. I don't know. But so that is, how are we doing? We got 7 minutes left. So that varnish, so I was trying to explain this. The varnish types, let me see if I can get it to come up without printing anything. So let me come over here. So I'm going to just put a little element on here that they have in here. Let's see. Let's just pull in an illustration. So I'm just going to pull this in so we can see the different types of ink, so I can kind of show you guys around a little bit of that. So on here, so over here, we could do texture and it would automatically apply the texture for us. You could do relief, which is going to be massive texture, but under flat even, you have a ton of different options. You can do normal color, so you could do color only. So if you're printing on something white or you want kind of a transparent look, you do white only, varnish only, color and varnish, white plus color, white, color, varnish, color and white. So color and white would be if you're going to like flip it and mirror it so that you can see it through like clear acrylic. Color, white, and color so that you see it on both sides. And then you have here your drop down where you can show your different ink types. So you have your white only, rigid white, and flexible white. Whoops. But here is where I was going to show, so your edge type. So on here, it's talking about the edge of the droplet of varnish. Okay, when we first got it, I didn't understand what this was for. But so this is like rounded edges. So it looks like almost like a little bitty dome. And so I'm sure that Eric can probably explain this better than me. But so normally it's just vertical, and which is just, it's like a straighter edge. The round, whoops, is gradually transitioning. It's like a smoother edge. It also would help to do something like braille. And then I can't see the last one, but so the cut, I can't see the whole thing, trimming the layer edges. So it's really interesting that you can change your different styles. And so I need to play with that. But some of this has just come out to our software. And so, yes, And it's been wonderful. It has been wonderful. Like, I'm really excited to see where it goes because we're not done. I mean, we're still giving feedback. We're still beta testing. We're still posting and doing stuff until the printers are shipping, I think, right, Eric? And so it's really kind of an interesting thing. And like I said, and we're still learning because things keep getting added to our interface. And so it's really been a great experience in that regard. Let me come over here to my studio and I'm going to come back here and we're going to go see. And we are complete. All right. All right, guys. Okay. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to move this to bigger. So, and then I'm going to come over here and see if you guys can see a little bit better. So let me try to get the angle right. It is so cool that you can see all of the ridges and the different tech. Whoops, I guess it would help if I showed it in the frame, huh? So I'm going to try again over here. And so, but it's really cool because it doesn't really look like flowers until like you kind of look at it at a sideways angle. And then you're like, oh, those are flowers. And like in here, you're like, oh, those are hearts. Now I'm going to go ahead and put, because last night when I put the magnet on the other one, it really popped it even more because it gave like a solid background. So let's see if I can line this up properly. Of course I didn't. Why is it so hard to do simple things? You know, like lining up the magnet to the back. There we go. So thank you, Sandy. It is cool. See that one, I don't know why it helps pop it a little bit more, but so now we have a magnet on the back and it's just kind of like a 3D print. So I just think that there's some fun things that you could do with this. I think one of the icons was like teeth, Sandy. So like even your daughter, you could probably do something like dental related. I mean, I think there's just, I mean, it's just fun, a lot of fun things. Anyway, guys, it has been fun hanging out with you. And here's our project. I'm so excited about this. It's so cute. And if you have questions, you can feel free, drop them below, DM me, let me know. I'm here to help. I do know that if you put your $50 down, there will be a timeline in your email. If you did not, I think the pricing changes in like 2 weeks. But you can also, if you go to the Xtoll website, you can go to local service, and you can pick that you would like a demo, a free demo. If you have not purchased the machine yet, you can get a free demo and just pick someone in your area. And if there's no one in your area, then you can do an online one. And the Omni may not be showing up into our demo rooms until the 16th as options for you guys to pick. But just know that if you're on the fence and you need like more details or you want someone to help walk you through it, you can come to our demo rooms. And so any of the squad members that have the Omni would be more than happy to help you. And I think they're going to add those tomorrow to our squad rooms. So anyway, guys, that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you for hanging out with me. I was really nervous at the beginning, and so I appreciate it because now I feel much better. And so that's it, guys. See you next time. Bye.